All right, lesson 9.1 is the distance and midpoint formula. Now, if we look at this diagram right here, if we look at the two ordered pairs 4, 4 and -4, -4, you find out that the midpoint between those 2 points is 0, 0, and the distance, if we measured it from here to this ordered pair, would find out that it's 11.3. And the way that you're actually going to find those is with these two formulas. Okay, so let's assume, just for the red, that this is our first ordered pair. So in the 4, 4, this would be that ordered pair. So this would be x1, y1, and the blue here is going to represent the x2, y2. So to find in the distance formula, all you need to do is subtract the x's, and you're going to square it. You're going to subtract the y's, square it, add those two, and then take the square root. To find the midpoint, you're going to on this one, you're going to add the x's, divide it by 2. That gives you your x coordinate. Then you're going to you're going to add the y's, and then divide by 2, and that'll give you your y coordinate. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at example. Example number 1. This is find the midpoint and the distance between the given points. So, as you see, we want to, we're going to find the distance. So we're going to first of all start off by using this formula right here. So when we start off, the distance equals, we got to take the second x, which is -2, minus the first x, which is -7. And we're going to square that quantity. And then we're going to add plus, we take the second y, which is 5, minus the first one, which is 1. And then we're going to square that. And then we have to take the square root of that. Okay? So remember, anytime we have minus and negative, we've got to change that to plus a positive. So -2 and 7 gives me 5 squared, plus 5 minus 1 gives me 4 squared. Then we're going to take the square root of those. 5 squared gives me 25, plus 4 squared gives me 16. And then if I add those, 25 plus 16 is going to give me the square root of 41. And we're going to go ahead and turn that to a decimal. Let's do a couple decimal places. So if you hit the square root button on your calculator, you're going to get 6.4. Okay? Now to find the midpoint, all you're going to do is you've got to add the x's. So the first x is -7, plus second x is -2, and we're just going to divide that by 2. So let's go ahead and plug in our y's. So the second y is 5 plus the first one, which is 1. Now when you're actually finding the midpoint, it doesn't really matter which one you do, because if you take 5 plus 1 or 1 plus 5, you're going to get the same thing. Okay? So you just got to remember you have to add the x's and divide by 2. So, and this is our midpoint. So then the rest of it is just simplifying. So -7 plus -2 is -9 over 2. And 5 plus 1 gives me 6 over 2. And if we simplify those, we're going to leave -9 over 2 as it is. And then 6 over 2 simplifies to 3. And there's your answer. Okay? All right. Next example. So this is example 2. So go ahead and try this one. Find the distance in the midpoint of those. And remember, the formula should be on your sheet. Okay, you should have finished example 2. You try, and you find out that the distance should have been 3.16. Remember, we got to subtract -4 minus -5. But remember, we got to change it to plus a positive. Square it. And then we're going to plus 2 minus -1 for the y's. And remember, we got to minus a negative, we change it to plus a positive. So the negative 4 plus 5 gives us 1, and we're going to square it. 2 plus 1 gives us 3, we're going to square it. So 1 squared gives us 1, 3 squared is 9, add them up. 1 plus 9 is 10, find the square root of that, you get 3.16. Finding the midpoint, 2 plus negative 5 all over 2. So that gives us negative 3 over 2, and then negative 4 plus negative 1 gives us negative 5 over 2. Okay. Well, this completes finding the distance and the midpoint, so go ahead and do your quick check and your practice problems.